Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Aries. Aries, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Aries as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. Let me see. Do I have anything to shout out? Shout out to Sagittarius season. You know, if you got Sag, Sun, Aries, Moon, or something like that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my best friend. It's his birthday. The big 2-4. I think. Okay, let me stop. All right, y'all. So anyway, let's get into this reading before I get in trouble. So we got for your blunt truth what you need to hear right now. You have fact check, and then you have settling for mediocrity. Something we need to fact check about. What do we need to fact check for Aries? What do we need to fact check? Shut up and listen. Spirit says you're talking too much, not doing enough listening. Ancestors displeased. So, this is what I just heard. And this kind of corresponds to like the reading I just did, because I just did an Aries reading for November. This is for December, where I was telling you guys to not be so impulsive when you're jumping into things. What I just heard is a lot of you don't like fact check how valid something or somebody is before you just agree to do it, or you just jump into it, right? You're not really looking at the pros and cons. You're just looking at like, you know, what's right in front of you. And a lot of you end up settling because if you, like I mentioned before, take some more time to explore options, or you figure out the details, or you get the facts about the situation, you'll find that, okay, I see what I'm getting myself into now. And that's not really what I want, or I'm actually would be settling or putting myself at a disservice somehow. So for a lot of you, still the same message that you guys had recently, it's telling you guys to listen and to, you'll be able to see everything and hear everything you need to hear about a certain situation or a person or whatever, as long as you focus on the facts of the matter, or like do a fact check, do a background check on something. If something doesn't seem right or feel right or sound right, then it's not right. And your ancestors displeased. Let's clarify that. Why is ancestors displeased? Mental health check. A lot of you are taking on way more than you need to, or than you're supposed to be right now. That's what it's saying here. Potential only matters when somebody acts on it. Yeah. So a lot of you are just, you know, going into these different things. Maybe like people are making them sound really good, right? Like especially relationships or job offers or something like that, to get you all excited, or you feel very excited, but you don't take the time to actually, you know, see the progress of that situation. Or it's just a lot of things with a lot of potential, right? Potential only matters when someone acts on it. So there's a lot of different scenarios here coming up for you, Aries. A lot of different things that have a lot of potential, but you sometimes need to take more time to make sure you got the facts straight, right? Get you a little Virgo to help you sort through some facts. Virgo friend, family, love, whoever. Because there's some things that you're not quite listening. You're just jumping in, or you're just doing them, and you're not like really seeing if it would be beneficial for you either long term or at all. Or you're just hanging on to this potential of what somebody's offering you, but there's no proof. Like there's no solid evidence to show that that is happening, that the situation is going to that place. So let's see, where does Aries need to fact check in their lives right now? Where do they need to? Marriage or life partnership. Some of you are waiting for a ring. You wait for a marriage, or somebody's telling you like, okay, we're going to get married, we're going to get engaged, we're going to get in a relationship. And you're like, so when is this happening again? Because this is what you've been saying to me for XYZ. But yeah, let's see. What else does Aries need to fact check about in their lives right now? Meant to be, letters in name, A, S, H, L, or N. Could be letters in somebody's name, letters in your name. Where does Aries need to fact check right now? This is the one. Yeah, some of you, like you've made up in your mind that a certain person or a certain situation is the one, or it's meant to be, or that you and this person feel the same, or you are on the same page in all regards. But a lot of you, there's a disconnect here between like what you feel and what you think and what the situation really is, like the reality of the situation. What else does Aries need to fact check before they go or before they start or do whatever? Some of you, it's not the right time because of other obligations that you need to handle in your life. And like it says here, mental health check. Some of you have some healing to do when it comes down to your mental health, or like maybe you just cannot take on anymore and you're kind of ignoring your healing by continuing to keep agreeing to keep taking on more tasks, keep doing more, keep doing certain things for your family, or allow family issues to boggle you down. For others of you, you have affair or third party. Some of you are needing to fact check about a certain situation. Like maybe you feel like something is off in a relationship, or that there's could be some cheating going on or something involving another person. You want to fact check that, and you want to really look into those things, right? You don't want to just go off of like emotion all the time, or even just passion all the time. A lot of things do require logic, so it could go either way. For fire signs and water signs tend to act on emotion, impulse, passion, and excitement. And then air signs and earth signs tend to usually act more on logic and rationality instead of intuitive gut feelings. So you need both. That you can't have just one or the other. Both really help you. But in this case, a lot of you are kind of neglecting the logical aspect of it, or the real thinking or the planning aspect of something, that you really need to make sure this is the one. This is you putting all your eggs in one basket here, or you're really going to invest in this. And there's a lot of false hope, or there's a lot of like future faking, or there's a lot of like not a lot of evidence to support that this would be a great investment for you to put everything into, or that it's meant to be, or that it's what the end all be all here. Okay, so maybe it's like you want it to be, but is it really? Is it? Okay, what is the advice for Aries? What is the advice at this time for Aries? What is the advice for this? The truth will come out. Hidden enemy, communication. Yeah, a lot of you, it's going to be like a situation might not be all that it's chalked up to be, or it's like you're wanting it to be that really bad, but it's not quite it, or it's like you're wishing and hoping and wishing and hoping that this is what it is, but you're missing something here. You're not quite seeing everything for what it truly is yet. Others of you need to really work on your mental health. You have therapists, and then the mental health check. A lot of you need to talk to a therapist about some stuff here. Could be about some addictions that you have, or a codependent behavior that you have on a person or a situation. I'm getting like compulsiveness, like compulsive, like, OCD, like obsessing about something, or compulsive shopping or buying things, or compulsively cheating, or something with some compulsivity here that you might need to like really dive into and talk to somebody about. But if that doesn't resonate, then that's okay. So yeah, a lot of you, everything is going to work out the way that it is supposed to work out. Of course, it will always work out. But the thing is, you really just want to make sure that you got the facts right, that you are not just focusing on your feelings, because keep in mind, facts or feelings do not equal facts, right? You can feel a certain way towards somebody or about something, and it may not be completely in correlation or alignment with the reality of that situation, or it's based off of your own perception of what you want it to be. So some of you may be kind of romanticizing a situation even, or seeing it for it being better than it actually is. Or it's like, would this really be beneficial for me to invest in or contribute to, knowing where I'm at in my life, or knowing where this situation has a reputation of being? Would it be wise of me to like continue or to invest more than I have been? For a lot of you, it's not. It's not a wise investment. A lot of you need to take a step back even to look at the situation again and make sure, like, okay, am I just wanting this, or I'm just doing this because this is like what I want, or like, are me and this person on the same page, what we both want? Are we both satisfied? Or if it's career, are we both, or am I getting everything that is promised to me? You know, just facts. You got to focus on those facts. All right, what else? What else for Aries? Most is coming towards Aries. 3 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Swords in reverse. There's some denial here, or some type of truth that's coming out. Can we clarify the 7 of Swords in reverse? Can we clarify the 7 of Swords in reverse? 5 of Cups. I see like some disappointment here, though. Some disappointment for the situation not it being in alignment with like what you thought it was, or what you... The Tower. I haven't had that come out in a minute. Why is the Tower here? The Moon card? Oh my, what's happening? Tell me more about the Tower and the Moon card for Aries, for what's coming out. There's definitely some denial here, or something that you're not seeing clearly. You have Justice. Could be with a Libra energy. Or even a Pisces energy. Tell me more. And a lot of you are looking at it, or you will feel like it's a missed opportunity, because you're like, oh, well, I thought it was this and that and the third, and I thought this was the end all be all, or, you know, this was the person I was going to marry, or this was the thing that I was going to have forever, or this was going to be the one. And a lot of you kind of like made yourself believe that. But like, what was that built off of? You know, was that just built off of like potential? Was that just built off of like romanticizing the situation, or like wishful thinking? A lot of you went into a situation with a lot of wishful thinking, right? But there was no hard evidence to show, or maybe it wasn't even built on a solid foundation, you know, of the job or the friendship or the relationship. And so therefore it comes tumbling down. The Tower card is here. It comes tumbling down, and there's a lot of anxiety going along with that, because it's saying, why are you investing into something that there is no, not like everything in life has a guarantee, but there is no like real evidence to show that it would be even worth all that investment that you're trying to give, right? It's kind of like, for example, and I see this with Aries placements a lot. It's like, sometimes when you meet somebody, you're ready to give it all up right there, right up front. You give your all as soon as you meet somebody, or as soon as like there's a potential for something to be more. But that is not wise. It's not wise to completely pour out your whole entire cup into a new situation that you have no idea if it's worth the investment. You have no idea if it'll be reciprocated. You don't know these people. You don't know the intentions yet. It's just not wise. And sometimes you have to just draw back a little bit and be like, okay, am I doing this like out of a trauma response type of thing? Or am I doing this because this is what I've always done to like get people to like me, or like to, you know, feel validated or worthy? It's like, it can go real deep. But in this certain situation, Aries, there's something that you have invested in way too quickly, or you jumped into it, or you saw a lot of potential in it, but there was no real solid foundation to support that you were ever going to get your investments worth back. Okay, whether that is, like I said, a job, a relationship, something. And so you feel at a loss. You feel like you've lost something. Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. And there's a lot of anxiety. But it's really a blessing in disguise. And it's really a lesson for you to see, do you invest in things way too fast? And you invest everything you got before anybody has even shown you that they're worth it. This is real stuff here, guys. Anything else for this energy here with the Tower? Could be a Leo energy that you were dealing with as well, possibly. Three of Cups in reverse. A lot of you were giving your all to somebody in a relationship where they did not make you a priority. Aries. A lot of you were making somebody else a priority or something a priority in your life, and that person either never made you a priority or they promised that they would make you a priority, and you ended up settling because you're waiting for that potential, that false hope. A lot of you are dealing with somebody that was breadcrumbing you, or they have been breadcrumbing you. Like they're promising you these different things. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna take you there, and I'm gonna do this for you, and I'm gonna do that for you. Or maybe you were breadcrumbing. It can go either way, you know, and opening all these doors, but they don't ever lead to anywhere, right? Or you had somebody that, this Three of Swords, Three of Cups, this is very much third party, where it was a situation that fell through, or you found out that there was another person more qualified, or somebody said that there was more qualified, or put them above you in some capacity or some form. And you're like, well, what happened? The evidence was probably there already supporting that this person or the situation was not worth your time, or you weren't being made a priority, but you make other people a priority. You gotta like really focus on like looking at relationships sometimes as investments and reciprocated. Like is not the more you do for somebody, the more they're gonna like you. It's not the more you do or the more you pour out love or the more you talk to them, the more they're gonna do anything, right? You can't love somebody into loving you, or force somebody into reciprocating or doing what you want them to do. And so now this situation seems to be blowing up in your face because some of you kind of put something or somebody on a pedestal and you gave it all up. You gave it all up front, or in a person that was not worth the investment, or they didn't show. It was just talk. Yes, I'm gonna do this. Yes, I'm gonna do this. Yes, we're gonna do this. Yes. There was no action. Aries, you are about the action. You are a sign of action, and therefore you kind of see things in the lens of, okay, if I take action, somebody else is likely to take action because that's what I do. No, you have to realize everybody doesn't think like you. Everybody doesn't act like you. Everybody is not going to take action just because you take action. And so therefore you have to learn to take action with people that take action with you. Okay. And it's just how it goes. And it's not like, okay, some of you also, I'm hearing in my head that you have a reputation of people calling you selfish. And so therefore a lot of you will do things that you feel are very selfless acts. And you're like, well, there's no way I can be selfish because, I'm doing all this and I'm pouring everything and I'm giving everything. But that's not healthy either. You don't want to be in either extreme where you never give or you give it all. You want to find that healthy Libra balance, your opposite sign, that's your shadow side, where sometimes you don't know how to balance. You just all or nothing. It's just all or nothing. We got to, bring it in. You can't be all or nothing all the time because you end up with nothing when you're all or nothing if you give all to the wrong people. Ooh, preaching today, Aries. Preaching. What's the advice? What's the advice for the Aries energy? What is the advice here? Ten of Swords. A lot of you are putting a situation to rest that is dead because you're realizing that it's not worth the investment. It's not worth the investment, or it never was worth the investment, or you weren't getting much out of it. You were just giving and hoping you would get something back one day, and you didn't. And you're like, oh, it's like your wake-up call now. Like you were giving, or maybe you weren't very much open to other possibilities or other ideas. You were just like, nope, this is the one. This is it. This is what I'm giving my all to. And you weren't even exploring any other options, like I told y'all in the last reading to explore. And so therefore, something comes to an end here. 10 of Wands. Some of you need better boundaries with yourself. Okay. You need better boundaries with yourself. And generators and projectors, you always want to look at everything as an equal exchange of energy, especially generators, because your energy is your lifeline. You have energy and endless amounts of it for the right things, but for the wrong things, you'll always feel like you don't have the energy, or you're not getting anything back. You're always going to feel exhausted and frustrated by that situation. And projectors, y'all don't have endless amounts of energy to give, and like you will always end up feeling bitter, rejected, unseen, because you're just pouring and pouring and pouring, or you just pour automatically when you meet somebody or there's a potential of a situation going somewhere. You're not supposed to do that. People are supposed to pour into you first, and then you decide if that's what you want, not the other way around. You don't chase. You're not supposed to chase. Allow people to chase you more, Aries, but especially projector Aries. And manifestor and reflector Aries. A lot of you also, if you're a manifestor, I know you're meant to initiate, but you still don't have to give it all up front. You want to wait and see if people are wanting to receive that energy as well, or give a little bit at a time, because your energy is very very impactful. You got that repelling aura, so when you give too much too quickly, it's like, whoa, that's just way too much, and you can really repel people. So you don't have to hold back your energy, but just test the waters first more often and see if people are on that same energy as you. And if they're not, then don't push them and force it. And reflector Aries, a lot of you, I can't even remember what I was about to say. I had something to say about you guys more specifically. But yeah, just being in the right environments and making sure that people see you the way that you want to be seen as well. And you're not like feeling like you're forcing yourself to be somebody you're not, and trying to like show up and be more of what they want you to be, or like be more like them because you want them to like you, or you want whatever. But your environment is everything, Aries, and you will never have to, for reflector Aries, you'll never have to push yourself in an environment and like force your way to be seen. If it's correct, you will automatically show up and be seen, and you will feel like the energy is being invested back into you as well. But you have to make sure you're in the right place. Okay, so that's what we got here, Aries. Oof. Kind of a rude awakening there. But thank you for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know down in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this channel can absolutely thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.